Okay, for those that don't know, amateur boxing, has been excluded from the 2028 Olympic Games. We don't know what that means heading forth in the future from that point, if they'll bring it back or what. But Olympic boxing has been excluded from the 2028 Olympic Games due to a lot of the corruption that's going on in the sport of amateur boxing. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm not really surprised that this happened. Amateur boxing has had a lot of shaky, flaky, shady things going on in the sport. Probably it started with the whole Floyd Mayweather thing. The 96 Olympics, Floyd Mayweather got a bronze medal. He won that fight and probably, in all good purposes, should be an Olympic gold medalist. But let me just give you a few examples of the shady things and just the politics that go on in amateur boxing. Biggest thing was an investigation at the Rio 2016 Olympics, and they found a lot of widespread evidence of corruption, of bribery, of manipulation of the results of the fight. In fact, a report by Professor Richard McLaren, who exposed state-sponsored doping in Russia, said that the seeds of corruption had been sown in the years beforehand, with bouts before and during London 2012 also under suspicion. They also said that the country Azerbaijan gave an investment loan of $10 million to the AIBA, which at that time was the Amateur International Boxing Association. Now they're just IBA now, side note. But Azerbaijan gave the AIBA a loan of $10 million with the expectations that boxing matches would be manipulated in their favor for medals at the 2012 London Games. 4 years later, a $250,000 bribe was offered by Mongolian officials in an attempt to fix an Olympic semifinal. So, honestly, there's a lot of corruption going on in the sport. And it's sad because I had Christian Jursic on the show. If you didn't catch that interview out, check that interview out. We talked about this. And unfortunately, it's one of those things where if you don't have a popular name, if you're not popping in the sport of amateur boxing, chances are whoever's fighting that guy that's popping, quote, you could beat him up and they'll still give the fight to the popping cat. This is why they're removing amateur boxing from the 2028 Olympic Games. 2024 were good, but 2028 Olympic boxing will be gone. And there's already enough crap going on in the professional ranks that I'm not going to get into. So it's best now that, hey, listen, they're already fighting without headgear. They're fighting on a 10-point system, just like in the professional ranks. The same rules that they're fighting under in the international games, they're fighting under the pro ranks. You may as well just go pro. These kids may as well just go pro. And I know it sucks, because a lot of kids dream of one day fighting in the Olympics. I've seen it. Hey, I mean, in the professional ranks, you can do what you want a little more. But let me know what you think in the comments. I'm Rico McGee. This has been the Sports Minute. And as always, we will see you in a minute.